What is going on, guys? It's your boy Seso here, bringing you guys into a Photoshop tutorial, which brings a cool little wallpaper advertisement poster design video today. You guys been killing. You guys been really enjoying the advertisement series with like the other one I did with the black and white scheme with the red, like, you know, the red jersey with Derrick Rose dunking and such. You guys been really liking that video. Actually, I guess I grew like a little sports like graphic, you know, viewership. I guess I've been getting a lot of tweets ever since that day. I've been getting a lot of tweets with like, you know, sports. I guess like amateur sport websites or amateur sports, like, you know, like little hobby like website things where they show off, you know, little things. I've been seeing a lot of my influence on those kind of advertisement pictures or posters, and it's been really cool. And ever since that day as well, I've been getting a lot of requests of doing another sports related you know, design video, I guess you can say. But of course, don't keep this from only being a sports thing. You can use product designing as, like, you know, like a Razer product or whatever it may be, or like BenQ monitors like I have here. I can do like a cool little, whatever it may be. You don't have to use it for sports only, but the picture, you know, technique of blending the things together, the images together, and like this formally look where I have like these, you know, these are 3 different pictures or 4 different pictures here, and it's like there's no eraser tool used because I wanted to make it so, like, I guess, perfect. And with that being said, I'll show you guys all the techniques I use to make this little LeBron James wallpaper here I have. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So don't forget, guys, 200 likes on this video equals the secret down below. So don't forget to leave a like and comment down any video you guys want me to see do after this video. So with that being said, though, my birthday is actually June 7th. So 2 days from now, I mean, I can't wait. I really can't. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the past like 2 years. It's just been like very good. It's just been so good. I don't know how else I can just say thank you besides thanking you like a million times. Like, maybe I'll just upload a video of like me saying thank you for like an hour, if that's a thing. But I just really want to say thank you guys so much. I know you guys understand. Well, I just want to make sure you guys like have it like indented in your head that I freaking love every last one of you guys. You guys are like my best friends. So let's get going right now. We're gonna make this cool little wallpaper here. So, by the way, guys, I'm going to be using a color for this just to start it off with. But then, of course, just so people who know or who do not know how to use color and make like a nice little colored background. But we're going to be using black for this kind of style. But for every reason when I use a color, I'll show you guys how to do the color as well, because I don't want to start off with black like how I'm going to have it. But for any person who wants to use color, I'm going to use color. So, we're going to make a new layer. And we're going to head and choose this color. We're going to press Control Backspace, and I already have a blue that I want to use. And my background color, Control Backspace is actually quick fill for your background color, and then Alt Backspace is your foreground quick fill. So now, what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer, and I'm not going to use any of my brushes today. So I'm going to go ahead and use the rectangle marquee tool. I'm going to show you guys all the things I would do for the highlights. So we're going to make a nice rectangle, and we're going to go ahead and put fill, or right-click fill, and we're just going to use white. Press OK, right-click deselect, or Control D on your keyboard to deselect, and we're going to go ahead and make a simple brush. Not really a brush, but like a stock, a nice little lighting stock really quickly. So if I hold Alt and if I drag my layer, it makes a duplicate, and I can move it all around, but if I hold Shift, I can only go left and right, and not up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and hold Shift when I'm doing this, and I'm just going to hold Alt and Shift again, and we're going to make this one smaller a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and like do something like that. Something like that. I'll make another smaller one over here. And there we go. Simply just like a nice little cascading little like rectangles going from bigger to smaller. Something like that. Very simple, right? We're gonna hold Shift on this we're gonna click on this layer, our like last layer we put on for the rectangle. Hold Shift and click on the first one we did, and we're gonna hold Control E to merge them all together. And we're going to go ahead and go to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur. And as a matter of fact, before we do the motion blur, we're going to go ahead and Control T, and we're going to hold Shift when you do Control T and move it. When you rotate it, actually, when you hold Shift, you get these cool little like I guess like intervals of 15, so it's very easy to find like where 90 degrees is, except for like trying to guess it. So I'm going to put it on 90 degrees, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I elongate this just a little bit, or not a little bit, just enough so I have the full canvas. You see how that works? So now if I rotate this, it doesn't have to, you know, like I don't have it like, you know, like this. I want to make sure it's all the way down. And I'm going to go ahead now and go to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur. And what we should get here is a very simple look. You can see, there we go, very simple. Just a nice little like lighting, little like streaks, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and hold Alt, duplicate it over again. And I will, why not, do it just one more time so it can fill over there as well. And I'm going to go ahead and hold Shift, move these over here a little bit, and now I'm going to Control E, and then simply we can just change this from normal to overlay, and there we go. Nicely done. I'm just going to lower the opacity down this little overlay, little lighting effect here, And I just really just did that because I have these little cool little streaks, little lighting effects now. It looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hold shift on these two things, or control click on them, hold control J to make a duplicate, and then control E to merge them together one more time. And we're actually going to change this layer to multiply. So we get a nice little darkened color a little bit. Looks very nice. And right over this, why not, I'll make a new layer, B on my keyboard, and we're going to go ahead and just do a nice little white brush, white soft brush, no hardness, zero hardness, right? And go ahead, put this on overlay. And there we go, just simple lighting things. And now this is what you're going to do for color, but one more thing I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to make a border, like a nice cool little border. So I'm going to hold M on my keyboard, or M on my keyboard for the right angle marquee tool shortcut, and I'm going to click and drag from top left to bottom right, and we're going to go ahead and go to filter on a new layer, go to filter, select modify, border, change your border's width pixels to 5, press OK, and then make sure your foreground color is white. That way we can just do Alt backspace to quick fill, and then Control D to deselect, and we can put this new layer on overlay, and we can go ahead now, press E on our keyboard for the eraser, and just erase around the border a little bit. Get this cool little border highlight, which looks pretty freaking cool. I just really like doing this now for, like, you know, like an advertisement or poster design. This kind of like focuses all in the middle, and I just like how this looks. And this is basically the colored background that we're gonna have. So I'm not gonna actually use the color like I said previously though, so I'm just gonna change this to BG for background. I'm going to actually use hue and saturation just to lower my saturation down all the way to negative 100. That way I have no more color. It's just a nice little grayish, you know, tone of like different highlights and such for the background, and that's what I want to have really badly. So like I said, I'm not going to be using color, but for whatever reason, if you wanted to skip like the whole color step and just use like a black and then do the highlights, go ahead and do that. But for now, this is what I want, and we're going to go ahead and actually over this hue and saturation, I'm going to put a brightness and contrast in, because I believe we're going to be using it soon. So I'm just going to put my contrast up just a little bit, so maybe about 30. And there we go. Now, I already have some of the Google pictures, the 5 pictures I use actually in my example already. I have them right here, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first one. No, just this one. It's this one. All right, cool. All right. So all I did was just type it in Google, some pictures that I wanted. I make sure I had it on large pictures so I don't have to mess around with the quality. And also I just typed in HD just in case some of the pictures I found were not in HD. I wanted them all to be in HD. So we're going to go ahead and just hold shift when I lower that a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the top and bottom of whoever you're doing, or the product, it's kind of hard to say what products, but whatever it may be, if you're using a person for a sports illustration or like a sports, like a wallpaper or something, make sure the top and bottom is like, you can find an endpoint, you can find a start point. So this would be like my start point, and this can be my endpoint right here because that's where it, like, you know, cuts off, I guess you can say. So like I said, I'm no longer using like the eraser, because usually what I would do, I would go ahead and take 2 pictures, right? I'd move them over a little bit. This is the wrong one. I would take an eraser and like kind of like blend it like this. But then I was really figuring out that it just does not look as clean as using a pen tool and, like, I guess masking where they should be. And not press delete. Hide that layer really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use my pen tool now. And I'm going to find where I can start at. I'm just going to quickly, I'm not going to do it like, you know, crazy and take my time right quick, because it's a tutorial. I just want to make sure I get this over with, or get this point over with. But I'm going to go ahead and take in a nice pen tool. And if you guys do not know how to use a pen tool, it's very, very simple. If you click and drag, you get these 2 extended points. And if you hold control, you can select one of these points, these 2 extended points, and then really control where you want your curves to be. And now, mind you, if you have a curve that is very long over here, or this is perfect right now, but if you want to have like the curve was a little bit, like, I guess, larger on this side with like very straight edge like it is over here, you can also elongate one curve and have this still, this other extended point be, you know, perfectly fine, not be messed with. So, and of course, actually make an anchor. Like in this situation, I want to make an anchor, because if I try to click over here, the line will go this way. So I can hold Alt now on this little anchor, and I should click it, and there's going to be no more extended point on this side, but on this side is still a extended point. But now if I click, you can see that there's no longer a little curve there until I want it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up really quickly. And I would not request or tell you guys to use multiple clicks. I would say make sure like all your clicks and drags on your pen tool are very like very clean. Just don't do what I just did. I'm just trying to make this quick. But for hair, I think for like hair situations, like this is perfectly fine. Keep like the original look of hair. All right. So now, when I'm all done cutting that out on that side, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around the picture, connect the point, right click, make selection, and simply enough we're going to press enter and then delete, and there we go. Now we have like his right side of his like body clipped out. And that's why I said I want to start in an end point. So that way it looks cool, right? It looks like it's just, you know, it's not too hard, because otherwise you have to like cut the whole person out. But since he ends at the top spot, it looks pretty good. So now, excuse me, I'm gonna drag another picture below it this time. Now when I move it over, we have it looking very, very nice. So there we go. And it looks like a very like quick blend. So there we go. And looks very, very good so far. We're gonna go ahead and move that just a little more, and I'm gonna do the same thing for this one and start an endpoint. Right, I already have it set. Good. And I'm gonna quickly do this one again. Boom, boom. All right, come on, hurry it up. Alright, cool. So, alright, I'll take his finger. I was going to cut out his finger, but now I'm going to take it. There we go. Something like that. Cut out that part. And then over here, his little ear. And then there we go. Now we can go all around the picture again. And then we're going to connect it and do the same thing. Right click, make selection, press enter, and then delete. And there we go. Now we have that part out. We can take another picture now, which I think I'll take the dunk now, right? And I'll put it behind this picture. And I'm going to go ahead, and we can actually leave this like this. There's nothing we can really cut out, so I'm just leave it like that for now. And then last picture we're going to put behind here is this one. And what we can do for this, though, is we can put that on top of this one. And since we can make this ball and the top of his head like an endpoint right here, we can go ahead and cut the ball out. It's going to be a little bit weird because the ball's already cut out like oddly, but for now, I guess I picked a really bad picture, but I'll just use it for now. We'll go ahead and there we go. Here we are. And then there we go. And now I'm going to go around, make sure I connect it, right click, make selection, enter, and then delete. Excuse me. And yeah, it just looks kind of weird because the ball is just like cut out already. But for now, that'll work. Just for now, that'll work. And I'll maybe just try to figure it out if I can like make it look more rounded. That did not really work. And I forgot to press Alt on that. But for whatever, I can't really fix that picture right now. But right here, you can see what I try to do there. I just kind of like blended in and like mask things above each other. So remember, we have this part cut out, and so we don't have to mess around with this side of this picture. We can just put that over here, and I cut this part out, so we have to mess around with this side of the picture, and we can just drag the dunk below it, and then we can just, you know, kind of like figure it all out. I want to put the ball there too. So there we go. We have like a very nice fluent looking, you know, pictures that are like combined together. So now I'm gonna shift click on all these pictures, and actually I can just group them together with Control G. I'll name them pictures, and now I'm gonna change this from whatever it is, from pass through. We're gonna change it to multiply. And what this is gonna do is allow us to get the color still there, but we're gonna lower the opacity down just a little bit. So then we start seeing what we did before, which is the blending, or the how do you call it? The excuse me, the highlights we did below everything. So right now we can see it all now. There we go. And now we have a very nice looking start to what we want to have. So we're gonna do now. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just do the border now. We're gonna go ahead and do another border. We're gonna do the rectangle marquee tool thing again. Select, modify, border. And then 5 pixels is perfectly fine. And now the color selection, of course, since I'm using like a player, I'm gonna use his team jersey's colors. There's gonna be like what, red and yellow right here, or orangey yellow. I don't know what the color this is. It's yellow. Anyway, so if it was a different color, if you see 2 different colors you can use, or if you see like if you're doing a product design like a BenQ, it would be purple. I would say it would be purple because their logo is purple. So just find colors that like, you know, represent the product or the person that you're doing. So in this case, it's going to be red and yellow for the Cavs jerseys. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to use this red, so I'm going to go Alt Backspace. Excuse me. And I'm going to change this color to Color Dodge. And this is because I'm using a black background, so Color Dodge looks very, very good on this. I'm going to use the eraser tool. So E in my keyboard, simple soft brush. Oops, I'm erasing the wrong thing. Make sure I click on this layer. And erase, just like so, around these areas. And I'm going to do it one more time. Why not? And I'm going to try and erase in different spots this time. I'm going to make the other border yellow. So this time, Control Backspace for the background color. And I'll put this same thing on. So it was on Color Dodge, right? And we can go ahead and eraser tool again. And just erase. We kind of want orange this time. Something like that. There we go. And I have a fairly nice looking border now of the little poster design. So basically now we're kind of like on our way of being finished. Right now we can go ahead and add in that last picture of the focus picture. I call it the focus picture because it's the picture that I want like the most focus on. So I'm gonna have it the most, I guess, most catching the person's eye. That's gonna be looking at the photo. So I'm gonna make sure I start doing nice. I'm gonna make it a little bit more bigger, just so I can get a nice start and end point. And I'm going to do the same thing as I've been doing the entire time. Is I'm going to mask this part out. I'll go ahead and cut this over here with the pen tool. And boom. Alright. Now like this part's going to be very, very tedious. If you're doing like a very detailed product, I feel so bad for you, because I would say take your time. Like it's all practice for now. And like for things like this, you can tweet it at the person. Excuse me. You can tweet at the person and like almost figure out like, you know, or just give yourself a little exposure. Maybe you'll see it. You never know if I tweeted at LeBron James, if he's looking at Twitter at that exact moment, and I tweet it out and he sees it and you get mad retweets and then you're all like cool for like 5 seconds. It's kind of cool. So I would say try it. But for now, you can use it as a nice way just to figure out some techniques and kind of just, you know, figure out where you can use it at. So right now I'm using it for a poster design for LeBron James, but some people can use it for like an advertising designing product for, you know, their favorite product, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll use it. Or, you know, you can get some cool people who really like it, and then just find yourself a nice cool fan base for your own. So now I have this cut out. Make selection, press enter, and then delete, and there we go. I'm not going to keep this on normal though. I'm going to go ahead and keep this on lighten. And it looks very good. And now I just have this little situation though. I put it on lighten because it the background of this can actually blend in a little bit on like over here in this like particular area over here. But I have this person here, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete him with the eraser tool. Just a simple, like, I don't want to put any other person's head in here. But like the fans are fine. But if you really wanted to, you see in a lot of like pictures, like for advertisement designing or advertisement, you know, photos of players, you don't really see people in them sometimes. They kind of like blur them out just the teeniest bit so their faces are unrecognized, just in case, you know, if the person doesn't want to be in there. But that's for like, you know, this is just practice for now. Just enough. I don't want to erase his jersey, so that's something like that. Alright, that's fine. This is fine there. No, I don't want to erase his jersey, I just want to erase that a little bit. Alright, cool. There we go. And now, as a matter of fact, yeah, we're good here. Alright, cool. It looks good so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna figure out where I want to put like some simple, like, you know, color bursts. So I'll say like above my pictures, of course. I'll make a new layer above like my background pictures. I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush, a nice soft brush. I'm gonna figure out where I can put some red at. So I'll put some red here, and I'm gonna use color dodge once again. So there we go, a nice little color dodge there. Lower the opacity down a little bit. And I'm gonna do it one more time for the yellow here. I'll say over here, over there, and then like over there. Why not? And now normal looks okay, but I'm gonna see what looks color dodge. Color dodge looks cool too. But I feel like it looks more like an orange with it. That's kind of fine. It looks pretty good like that. Alright, there we go. So you can see on this side it looks very, very nice and clean. And the photos are like all nice and blended together. So over this, everything right now, over the everything, I'm going to go ahead and another new brush. Make this a little bit more bigger of a size. So Control Alt right click to make my size a little bit bigger. And then scroll right. And I'll make sure I change this foreground color to white. Alright. There we go, just a nice simple click on the top to give everything a nice little flat color. And there we go, it looks pretty good right now. I'm going to go ahead and just type in LeBron James really quickly. James, and I'm gonna go ahead and use yellow for James, and I'm gonna go ahead and change this to red, like so. And I'm gonna change James to like a different font, maybe like a next to light. So it looks cool like that. There we go. Oops, don't rasterize it. Move it over a little bit. Looks pretty cool. And put his number there, 23. And make it white. And then maybe actually make it a little bit more bigger as well. Just a simple like text, text organization. There we go. Looks pretty cool that way. And now for anything like finalizing, you can go ahead and just like quickly put a curve, or like put a curve in, which is your little adjustment tabs, curve, and then maybe brightness and contrast, and then just figure out what you like the most. So play around with curve and brightness and contrast. Nothing else really, unless you know about, you know, CC designing or CC like usage, and you want to do something different. Go ahead, be my guest. But right now, I usually try to end things off with a curve and a brightness and contrast, and just figure out where I kind of want things. I kind of want this to be a little more darker. So like something like that, and then brightness and contrast as well can give me what I'm looking for. Maybe something like this, right? I don't know, that looks pretty good like that. I don't know, so you can see here, I played around with this a lot at the end, and then of course I came out with this example right here. And for me, I just put like a simple like a little highlight brush stock that I had here for like a simple like lighting effect there. And you can see it looks overall the same as well over here. I just made this a little more darker this time, and I didn't put a lighting effect over here. But usually if I want to finish things off, I would do that, but I don't want to use my brushes right now. But there we go. You guys can see what I did there and how I went about it. Actually, it kind of looks very bland if I don't do it, so I'm going to do it because it's bugging the hell out of me. Brush, please. There we go. It just looks too bland for me. Go ahead and do that there. Overlay, lower the opacity. There we go. Now it just looks a lot better. I don't know. Just you'll figure out what kind of stocks you like the most and what kind of stocks, lighting stocks, excuse me, that you want to use. Like I think my 30K pack has like a lot of lighting stocks in them. So if you guys want to use that, I would please suggest you guys to go use that. I have a lot of cool lighting stocks for that as well. I'll put that in the description below just in case you guys have yet to see it. But there we go. We have a nice little LeBron James poster design here. Looks very, very nice and clean. The formal pictures in the background look very nice and just, you know, just looks organized. Just looks a lot better than using a eraser and then figuring out like where you can erase the other side to make it look okay. This time I kind of like masked out a side of his body and then put the picture behind it, so that way it looks a very nice clean transition. So there we go, guys. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video. For all the sports people as well who can stop bugging me on Twitter now, but I'll probably still do like more of sports, you know, poster designing and stuff, or maybe I'll use an advertisement like product this time or next time. But whatever it may be, thank you guys so much. I know I'm probably going to get birthday wishes in this video just because I'm not going to post on Sunday. So thank you guys so much, whoever says happy birthday to me, early birthday, whatever it may be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget to check out my Sellfy, sellfy.com/SesoHQ for any pre-mades and packs as low as $5. Also the everything pack for $30. One purchase of $30, you get my everything in my store for free on that purchase. Basically on that purchase you get everything in my store, and as anything after that comes in my store, you'll get for free, whatever the price it may be. It'll be emailed to you, to your PayPal email, and there you go. So, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, @SesoHQ. Please tweet me all your cool little design things you got, or your designs that you made from this video. Please, I really love seeing it. I just like seeing my influence on people. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. SesoHQ out. Peace.